is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirts, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a video. We're going to talk about the NBA awards. Now, this is all opinionated. This is personally how I feel. This isn't the right or wrong answer. If you have to vote, you're going to vote for the players that you believe deserve to be voted. And when I put my votes in for these players, this is what I'm going to put in. Let's have a little fun in the comment section. Let me know who y'all think should win the award, who y'all think y'all disagree with or y'all agree with, or just giving me your own list. I'm going to try to go through this fast, and I'm going to try to do honorable mentions when I can. Defensive Player of the Year really came down to Gobert, PG, and Giannis this year. You can argue that Joel Embiid deserves to be in there, even though all those players played more games than Joel Embiid and had a significant impact. I went with Gobert. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year would be Gobert. I know that has shocked a lot of people because you haven't really heard Gobert winning the award throughout the main media, and you haven't really heard it throughout everybody. They saying Giannis should win it. They saying PG should win it, but you very rarely hear that Gobert should win it. And I think he's been slept on, not being an all-star and being a defensive anchor on one of the top 5 defensive teams back-to-back seasons. He's not as great as he was last year, but he's been the most consistent defensive player this season. His defense has been excellent every time he plays. Still the best rim protector to me in the NBA. Obviously, Miles Turner and Joel Embiid have something to say about it, but they're not as smart, they're not as witty, they're not as great as as Rudy Gobert. Obviously, they're catching up to him, but Gobert has been the most consistent defensive player in the NBA, above Giannis, above Paul George, and above Joel Embiid. And some people will tell you that, but it's starting to get to the point where it's debatable. And I feel like Rudy Gobert was the clear-cut Defensive Player of the Year last year. That hasn't been the case this year, and you have to put blame on him, but I still think he has been better than everybody else this season. Rookie of the Year came down to Luka Doncic, Trae Young, and obviously Colin Sexton and DeAndre Ayton. Sexton got hot at the end of the season, but he doesn't have a complete game. He's a good scorer, and that's about it. Still struggle as a playmaker, as a defender, as a rebounder, even as just a guy that plays within the team concept. He can get high tunnel vision, and he can get a little bit predictable. And on top of that, he is little. He's still developing his body, but he still is in the argument because his numbers he's been putting on since the All-Star break. Ayton has been pretty consistent, giving you 16 and 10 damn near every single month. He just hasn't really had the explosion that Doncic and Trae Young. I feel like they took that game to the next level as rookies, and I feel like Ayton just been consistent, but he hasn't really did anything special. He hasn't had no amazing month, or he hasn't really took his game to another level. He just been solid all year, while Trae Young has had a spectacular second half, giving you multiple 30-point games, multiple 20 and 10 games, 30 and 10 games, even going for 49. He has had a huge closeout this year, and he struggled in the beginning with his shooting. He still did decently by the end of the season for his size and his height, and his he proved a lot this year, being able to show that he can play on the NBA level and be a starting point guard in this league while still being the elite playmaker as a rookie. Doncic is the best rookie this year. I had picked him for Rookie of the Year 2 weeks ago. It hasn't changed in the fact that he put up another triple-double yesterday, which was a 20-point triple-double. Shows you while Trae Young is getting his double-doubles, Doncic is out here getting triple-doubles. He's just been one step ahead of Trae Young all season, getting off to a better start, having triple-double closure the last 2 months. He just been the best rookie and he's averaging 21, 6, 5, and 7, which is already difficult to do because most rookies haven't done that, and Doncic becomes one of them that has done it. And he has been the best rookie all season. He hasn't really had no terrible months. He hasn't really had any good months. He just been great all season long. His field goal percentage and stuff went down a little bit, but at the same time, he started giving you triple doubles. So I think that balancing is out. He might haven't scored as well, but he was able to fill up the stat sheet more as the season went on. So I think that even out. Coach of the Year, Mike D'Antoni, Nate McMillan comes to mind. Obviously, you have to put the what's his name? You have to put the guy from Toronto in there, and obviously I'm going to go with Mike Budenholzer, the guy that has made a team that struggled to make the playoffs last year into the best team in the NBA this year. The only difference is I hope they can go to the NBA Finals because that Atlanta Hawks team surprised a lot of people, but they did not get to the NBA Finals after losing to the Cavaliers without Kyrie and Kevin Love. That's unacceptable, but they still did lose, and hopefully they can make it all the way to the finals this year as they are the best team in the NBA record-wise, and they're the only team to win 60, and they have made such a huge improvement from last year. It's hard to deny Mike Budenholzer as Coach of the Year. Six man Lou Williams, I don't really think nobody had a shot at taking this. He just been head and shoulders better than everybody else, and he's been doing that damn near the whole season. The only person off the bench that can really give you 20 points consistently. He closed games, plus he has an argument for being the best player on the Clippers. Not only that, they made it to the playoffs, and a lot of people didn't think that they would coming into this season, and I was one of them. I had them slipping barely out of the playoffs, and I had the Lakers in the playoffs instead of the Clippers, and obviously the Lakers didn't make it, and it ended up being the Clippers. So they surprised a lot of people. They locked up their playoff spots a while ago, and they still going out there competing. If they the eighth seed, which it looks like they're going to be, it's going to be sad if they get first round exit, but you still got to give them credit for losing Tobias Harris in the trade, still figuring out how to win, still figuring out how to close games without a superstar. You have to give a lot of that credit to Lou Williams as a playmaker and as a scorer and a guy that always puts pressure on the defense. You have to give him credit for that, and the best way to do it is give him the Six Man of the Year award. Now, for the MVP, I think this is a debatable one. James Harden is obviously in an argument. You got Jokic, you got PG, you got KD and Steph, and obviously you got the winner, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think him carrying this team to as high as they've been able to, the fact that he is a two-way player, plus he is a playmaker and a great passer, and he's great at finishing around the rim. Nobody can stop him from getting to the paint. Nobody can stop him from finishing in the paint. Plus, for them to be the only team to win 60 and for him to be the best player on that team, and the fact that he still goes out there and dominate games, and he has been huge for them. And when he's not playing, they lose, and when he does play, they one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world offensively. And the fact that he does it as a leader, he goes out there, play hard, he goes out there and give 100% effort, and he tries to do whatever he can to win basketball games. And that's the type of guy that I want on my team, and he has been able to do that this whole season, and that's why he's my MVP. Pascal Siakam for most improved player. Only person that had a real legitimate argument to me was D'Angelo Russell. You can argue that he got rewarded by being an all-star, but Siakam was on my list as a borderline all-star. I would have picked him in, especially if it was an injury replacement. I think he could have made it after D'Angelo Russell as a all-star, but he didn't make it. But Pascal Siakam went from 7 points to 17 points. He became a respectable three-point shooter. His handle is amazing. He has a go-to hook, and he has been one of the best two-way players in the entire NBA all season, protecting the paint, blocking jump shots, getting to the rim, knocking down free throws. It's basically nothing that he can't do. It's just about being great and now being elite in some areas if he wants to be a superstar player, and the work ethic and his ability to learn, grow, and continue to put in the work is only going to make his ceiling even higher. And that's the scary part for Pascal Siakam, as he has been the most improved player All NBA teams, this is all debatable, but I think some of this stuff is locked in for the guards, Stephen Curry and James Harden. It hasn't been two better guards in the NBA this season, and I think they are definitely the best. James Harden was the best guard this year and probably the best player this year when it comes to the numbers. But on the offensive side of the ball, Steph Curry has had a phenomenal year, one of the best seasons in his career. Just imagine if KD wasn't there and they relied on Steph Curry a lot more, maybe he would be the MVP because he's already in the conversation. Kevin Durant, I put him on the first team because I feel like Paul George was. Kawhi Leonard missed too many games and he never played back to backs. Paul George had a great 2 months and then he had a decent, okay ending. That's why I feel like KD has been consistently better than both of them, and he played more games, and he averaging around the same numbers, but he played more games, and his team still won more games than theirs, and they're the number one team in the West. So when it comes to winning, consistency, and dominance throughout the whole season, I feel like Kevin Durant been one of the top forwards, if not the best. Obviously, Giannis the second forward because he is the best MVP. He's the MVP this year. There's no way he should make the All NBA first team. And then be for the center, second team, Kyrie, Dame, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard, and Jokic. Third team, Russell, Bradley, Bill, LeBron, Blake Griffin, and Gobert. I know a lot of people saying Towns, but I think people sleep on Rudy Gobert impact on the game, especially offensively, rolling to the rim, passing, setting screens, and his ability to anchor the defense. I think that's slept on. Blake Griffin has been one of the best forwards in the NBA. Hopefully he can lock up a playoff spot, and if he does, they only made the playoffs twice in the last 10 years, and that's another chance for him to show that he's been healthier, he's been more consistent, and on top of that, he is one of the best forwards in the world, and he has played as hard as he could to get this team to the playoffs if they make it, and you have to reward him by making him an All-NBA player. And LeBron missed too many games, and his team just didn't play well. And Bradley Beal is debatable. You can put Kemba, Klay Thompson. Last thing I want to talk about is my all defensive team. This is one of the tougher awards for the perimeter player on the second team. Derek White from the San Antonio Spurs, Marcus Smart from the Boston Celtics, Jimmy Butler at the forward position, Pascal Siakam, and Joel Embiid. I feel like Siakam has been one of the best energy defenders. He a great rotation defender, and he blocks jump shots. Joel Embiid has been one of the best anchors this year. He just missed too many games. And Jimmy Butler has always been one of the better perimeter defenders. I feel like him taking a less role on offense gave him more energy and effort on defense. Marcus Smart has a lot of pride in his defense, and he plays hard, and he really trusts his instincts. But he's just a tough guy to go past and really go isolation on. And he's very big and physical. Gobert for first team. Paul George, Giannis, Danny Green, and Jrue Holiday. Paul George has been the best um, perimeter, and well, he has been the best perimeter small forward. Giannis has been the best perimeter forward and all around. That's why I had him in my Defensive Player of the Year ranking as number 2. And Danny Green has been exceptional for the Toronto Raptors, being a great perimeter defender. Jrue Holiday, I feel like, has always been a great defender. But when I look at point guards, Beverly missed a lot of games. Chris Paul missed a lot of games. And Jrue Holiday been consistently there, playing hard on both sides of the floor. Let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that likes the video. Thanks for everybody that comment. Keep the comment section active. Thanks for liking this video. And if you're new to the channel, I do NBA breakdowns, NBA tributes, breakdowns to the legends, NBA rookie analysis, summer league analysis, and I cover Summer League. I cover the NBA draft. Also, season previews, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, I try to do all things NBA, and I try to give you guys a video every single day that I can, and I try not to miss a day. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. That's why I continue to go. Let me know what you agree or disagree, and let me know who you guys have winning awards, and who would you pick, and who would you think I'm underrating, sleeping on, or did I overrate somebody? And let me know in the comment section below. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone, and let me know what you guys think about my award.